A knowledgeable source tells the Ingram Angle tonight that not only did Schiff get dirt from the secret subpoenas that he sent to phone companies, he also got help from the NSA.
So what we knew before, 3 years ago, when we discussed the expansion of the NSA under the Obama administration and how they allowed for basically spying on attorneys, spying on clergy. I mean, this is incredible. Spying on what we consider privileged journalists. Now what we're seeing is that Adam Schiff has taken this to the next level. And what he did was then expanded that, put it out into the report, and then used all the secondary contacts that he wanted exposed in the report.
He got help from AT&T, and he got help from someone else in the government. Our sources are saying it's the NSA.
Absolutely. That is exactly what I've been hearing, too, from my sources.
It shouldn't be a surprise that when the president tweeted, "Where is the whistleblower?" I quickly responded that according to my sources, the whistleblower may actually be a wiretap. The president tweeted 2 days later with, "There is no whistleblower." If my source can be publicly writing and tweeting about it for the last 2 years now, obviously the president knows about it.
Judge Rosemary Collier, was the judge, the FISA judge, that signed off on the first FISA warrant. Why is she still sitting on a bench? She says the full scope of non-compliant querying practices had not previously been disclosed to the court. There was a preliminary discussion to see why they didn't dump the data for 72 hours. So here's where the cover-up begins.
So at that point, it was time to confirm other information reported by our source. Since we are assuming there's no whistleblower and that there was continued electronic surveillance of the president and the people around him, how is this possible? The NSA 702 upstream
mission of the intelligence community has morphed, giving them more data collecting authority, all with the blessing of this court.
There's a dragnet of surveillance now in place,
where everyone's electronic communications are stored for 72 hours. Everyone's and everything.
All the devices in your home that could potentially spy on you. These devices include Amazon's Echo, Google Home, networked video games, smart TVs, Facebook Live, laptop Skype cameras, home security cameras, baby monitors, and internet-connected appliances like Samsung's new Family Hub refrigerator that has web-connected cameras inside.
Anyone accessing this database has to log in and log out, which would be noticeable by anyone with oversight, leaving only one possibility: the Inspector General of the NSA.
Hello. I'm Rob Storch, and I'm honored to serve as the Inspector General at the National Security Agency.
Who just happens to be the person who allegedly received the whistleblower complaint that kicked off the impeachment inquiry.
Another thing we do that's really critical is we keep not only the head of the agency, but also the Congress as the people's representatives timely informed regarding what we're finding in the agencies. And that's really critical for Congress to enable it to carry out its constitutional oversight and legislative functions.
But to understand how the IG of the NSA is implicated in providing intelligence to Schiff absent any whistleblower, we must first understand how the FISA Court was allowing illicitly obtained NSA 702 upstream over collection in the first place. As soon as we began diving into the presiding judge of the FISA Court, Judge Rosemary Collier, who was instrumental in facilitating extensive overcollection from the NSA 702 upstream, our computers and phones were hacked, installed with malware, and blocked via proxy servers from gaining access to the internet, specifically our source material for this report, while our phones began taking on a life of their own. You only get flack when you're over the target. By the time we got our computers cleaned up and our phones acting relatively normal again, Inspector Horowitz had testified in the Senate. We are here at the Senate Judiciary Committee hearing where Michael Horowitz has been testifying. And they've just been spying on the president, lying right before the Senate. I mean, I didn't have much anticipations or expectations for Horowitz, given that